2-2, the count now on Floyd. Two men out, first and third now. And the 2-2. Fly ball deep right field. David Justice looks up. This ball's gone. Three-run homer for Cliff Floyd. And the Expos lead it 5-1. Only the third homer of the year for Cliff Floyd.
And only the third allowed by Maddox, Pete. He did everything he could to get Floyd off the changeup. Remember, he ran two right in on his navel, but that was a good changeup right on top of the plate. Floyd had to be sitting on an off-speed pitch.
So it's a noisy end to the evening for Greg Maddox.
June 27th, 1994, a day that lots of Expos fans remember as the Expos found themselves on top of the baseball world. And Cliff Floyd was a big part of that historic team in 1994, where the Expos had the best team in baseball, but of course we know there was a strike and the hopes of a World Series were dashed. Now, this weekend in Montreal, Expos Fest is going on. Over 1,000 Expos fans are going to gather together to reminisce about the team and to honor the 1994 edition of the squad. The guy that hit their home run in that clip, Cliff Floyd, is on the line. Cliff, welcome back to the program.
Thank you for having me, man.
So, how does it feel when you get to the airport nowadays and the destination is Montreal? What goes through your mind?
So many memories. I think it's come full circle. I guess when you think about how many times I've done it, how many times I've had my parents at the airport coming to see me here, landing and dealing with everything that goes on and with customs and so on and so forth. So, just so much. But I think that's what makes it so great here. That's what makes it so, so amazing for me to come back and, so just get a little taste of what it was and how it started for me. That to me sort of resonates a little bit more because this is where it all starts. And I had that moment yesterday when I was telling Rondell White, I was like, look, this is where it started, man. So much has changed, right? But this is where it started for us in 1993, getting a call from, Jim Tracy telling me that it was time for me to, go up to, and just not even play, right? It wasn't to come up to play. We had that program back then where he's going to come up, take batting practice, sort of be around the team, and then go in the stands and watch the team play. Mm-hmm. And then somebody got hurt. I forget who it was. And Philippe was like, hey, you taking batting practice today, but you're on the bench. I'm like, holy crap.
Yeah.
But it's just so many memories, man, but it's great to be back.
So 1994, you and your teammates end up on top of the baseball world, best record in baseball. Yeah. But of course, we know what happens. The season gets canceled because of the strike. Has that gotten easier over time? Like the whether it's pain or regret that you didn't get to go the whole way, has that gotten easier over the last 30 years?
It never gets easy. That was the one time to make history. That was the one time for, a player like myself to get to the league so early, to be a part of a team that, in my mind, could have been a dynasty. I didn't understand what dynasty meant back then, but you talk about dynasty, you talk about a team that has so many great players, different personalities, but great dudes, great guys to be around. Everybody's willing to teach. It was just something that I felt could have lasted forever. I don't want to say forever, 5 years, 6 years, 7 years. Make this the destination for free agents to come. So never regret. Pain, absolutely. I think the pain will always be there of what could have been for this team, for this organization, for the city. The fans deserved it. I think that first and foremost is what needs to be spoken about the most. It's like the players, we play. You know, we get paid to play. You know, everybody tells us to go out there and do our thing. But the fans are what I think gets the short end of the stick always. Mm-hmm. And I mean that even today's game. You know, when you look across the game and you look across some of these stadiums and nobody comes out to the park, I'm like, what is this? How does baseball not have the fans out and supporting their home team? It's baffling to me. But when I look back at our team, man, they deserved, for how we played and what we were doing for the city, they deserve to see us go to the postseason and fight for a chance to get a championship here.
Now, I know you arrived in town early because there's the big movie premiere last night, and Expos Fest is happening this Saturday. And the big thing is the reuniting the 1994 team. How important is the reunion this weekend for the legacy of that 1994 squad?
It's always important. I think, you know, when you see everybody come out and you see everybody, you know, sit there and watch this movie, and you saw some tears last night. You know, everybody wants to hug. It just you never want to let go, and I think that means a lot to so many people. Is, you know, why let go? Why let go of something that was, you know, that was on you for so long? That was you know, in your heart. I mean, Expo fever here was real. And, you know, to see it go, people need what we have this weekend. People need to have it where, you know, they can come out and see former players and see some of the players that they've loved and cherished for so long. And I think it's great. I really do. I think that you know, allows people to not let go of something that they believed in for so long. So I think it's always good. I think Perry does a great job of getting players here. And you know what? I was talking to him yesterday, and he was just mentioning like how easy it is to get guys, because everybody's schedules is all over the place. Uh-huh. Right? I got kids. Everybody has kids. But when your schedule is all crazy and you can find 3 days to come show love, that to me means the most.
We're with former Montreal Expo Cliff Floyd. He's now an analyst at MLB Network and Marquee Sports Network in Chicago. And Cliff, with that in mind, I want to ask you about what is support right now within the circles of Major League Baseball? Everyone you talk to in your roles on TV and when you go to ballparks, what do you think the support is within Major League Baseball for a return of baseball to Montreal, the return of the Expos?
It's talked about. I think when you think about, you know, the new, or what's the new, right? Like, so the new is like places that don't have it, never had it. Nashville, Portland, you know, places that you hear. People always seem to say, you know what? But what about Montreal? Like Montreal, people tend to forget until they bring it up, or till you bring it up. They like, yeah, man, like how could Montreal lose a team? And when you think about like some of these cities that I will never say don't deserve a baseball team. That's wrong to say. But when you think about it, you know, you think about the fan support, and you think about people that come out, that they don't come out in droves to see the you know, the team that's right there downtown. Like, this city embraced what the Expos were about. And when you mention it to people, they have to say, yeah, you're right. Montreal should have a team back there. Montreal is a destination that the newer generation is not going to get a chance to see. That, to me, is the most important thing. Is like the newer generation will never see how great, I won't say never, but they for right now won't get a chance to see what it is to go across the border and to deal with, you know, the passports and to see something totally different than you see every day in the States. And yeah, you get a chance to go to Toronto. I get it. But Montreal, to me, is just a different vibe, and it'll always be a different vibe.
Cliff, we have to leave it there. I'll see you on Saturday. I'll be at Expos Fest. Thank you for taking the time for our listeners this morning.
Appreciate having me.
That's a former Montreal Expo Cliff Floyd. You can catch him on the TV airwaves on the MLB Network.